Hello, Beard Wizard family. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Beard Wizard Man, also known as Trevor on social media. Links of which you can find in that video description below, including ways to support this channel. There's going to be another way to support this channel coming up, but currently the biggest thing you can do for us is click that red subscribe button. The algorithm is not kind to little channels like mine, so if you like my content, if you appreciate what I do, thank you. Please click that button. Liking, sharing, commenting, all of that is also fantastic, and I appreciate everybody's feedback and input. But the biggest thing is just click that red button. It costs you nothing, and it would help me out a great deal. I'm working on memberships. Once I have that figured out, I'm going to set that live if anybody's interested in doing a continual support. Obviously, there's the super chats and there's the beardstruggle.com. You can check that link out and some other ways to help us out. This is our 500th episode of Beard Wizard Reviews. I think I've got I'm almost at 1,500 videos on this channel. And 500 of them are this show. Prior to this, we had Indie Spotlight, which was the same format. I just decided to rebrand everything. And Indie Spotlight had another couple hundred videos as well. So I've been doing music reviews and content, art reviews, and things like that for almost 700 episodes. And it's been a fantastic ride, and I've really enjoyed it. And thank you to everybody who has come here, who has talked about it, who has given me honest feedback, and who has appreciated what I do. This is a live review show. It's not a reaction channel, but sometimes you guys say reaction. It's fine. I know the format is similar. I just don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I have listened to this before and all the other content. I'm giving you a review of what I think, my thoughts, my ideas, how it touches me, or how the impressions that I get from the music or the art that we review on the channel. Hopefully those of you who come here appreciate the difference. There's a ton of reaction channels out there. I don't think I've ever seen another channel that does reviews quite like this. And there may be. I don't look at every single channel on YouTube, obviously. But hopefully I give you guys something a little different that you can appreciate. Ed, thank you for being here. Yeah, I know. Wow. 500 episodes. It's crazy. I saw that coming up and I'm like, oh, Friday. It's fitting that today is the 500th episode because it's new release day. And we're going to take a look at Ren's new release, Mackay. And if you haven't heard this before, there's a reason I'm going to talk a little bit more, and then I'm going to talk a little bit after, and you'll see why here in a minute. So the description of this song is very important. This is a tribute for one of my best friends, Callum Mackay. We've heard him mention Callum before in a couple of different songs. For a long time, I wanted to write him a song, but every time I sat down, I couldn't think of the right words, which left me feeling frustrated. Callum died very shortly after Joe. Joe is his friend who took his own life. Another very dear friend. Trying to process both created a bit of block, and to be honest, ever since I haven't really been able to fully grieve whenever I lose someone close to me. One day, while I sat at the piano, I was playing around with melodies, and this came out. Sometimes I don't have words to explain or express the things that wants to be expressed. I can absolutely relate to all of those things. When I lost my parents, it took me a long time to grieve properly for a multitude of reasons, so I can understand that. In those moments, I'm so grateful for music. This is for you, Callum Mackay. Thank you, Ed. So we are going to listen to this, and then there's a little bit more after we're going to read. So here we go. This is Mackay from Ren. And I probably will not pause this. It's not that long, and we'll talk about it after. Cheers. Uh, Thank you, Rhonda. And yeah, I agree. That song goes through so many different emotional highs and lows, and I feel like he's not just expressing his grief. I feel like part of that is expressing the life um, that he had with Callum and how that built. And when it got to the end, when it I don't know, it felt so sad when it got to the end. Um, there was absolutely a turmoil of emotions. Like Ed said, you can feel the emotion in that piece and the way he wrote that, and the way it builds that. I mean, that it's been a while since I've sat and thought about the grief, and that is all it is. It goes through so many highs and lows and so much emotion and so much change. That was beautiful. That is a beautiful piece. Ren is such an amazing, versatile musician, and his ability to convey emotion through just a piano is obvious. There was something else that he posted and pinned at the top of this that I think is important. So again, he did not write lyrics, obviously, but this was 6 days ago when he released this. Today is one of my favorite people's birthday. There was a few times we shared birthday parties because they were so close together. They were always chaotic and awesome. This is me sharing my birthday with him once more. Callum is one of those friends who was constant throughout school. He was a year older than me, always positive, always down to get up to whatever stupid shit was on the menu that day. Fond memories of getting older kids to go get us a bottle of vodka and then heading into the woods behind the co-op and getting so drunk we usually end up either throwing up or creating beautiful blurry memories. I loved and looked up to that guy so much. The last time I saw him was ironically at Joe's funeral. I just won 2 bottles of wine on the raffle we set up, which was the last time I ever drank alcohol. I decided it would be sensible to drink both. We had a great send-off. Felt right, all the lads being together in one place, despite the circumstances. Me and Cal were both absolutely hammered and reminiscing about old times, and it felt just like being back in the woods. I got the news Callum had died 6 months after Joe took his life. At the age of 21, it was really difficult for me to process that 2 of my best friends could die in such a short space of time. Joe dying, it hit me so hard that I was almost unable to process. Callum going shortly after. I wanted to write something for him for such a long time to pay tribute, but there was a mental block, and nothing ever felt right. God, can I relate to that? So many times I tried to put my grief into words, and it's not an easy thing to do because it's hard to articulate how chaotic it is. One day I was sat by my piano and I started to play with no real intention, and this song came out of me that had no words, just music. And for some time it managed to express what I wasn't able to with words. It felt fitting to hold on to it and release it for his birthday. That's awesome. This is for Callum Mackay. Love and miss you always, Ren. That's beautiful. Yeah. All I can say is go check out his channel and be sure to subscribe there. Ren is an amazing musician, and he's going nowhere but up from here. This is just amazing. Thank you, Ed, Rhonda, everybody else who was here. I really appreciate you. I will see you guys all again soon. You have a great one. Much love.